Good morning, Miss Trisha Hershberger. I am finally doing my Naked Truth response video. I guess it's a response video, although it's more to your channel in general than one specific video. I promised to make you this video months and months and months ago, and I just always somehow found an excuse to not do it. It was too hot, my boyfriend wasn't available because my original plan was to have him here with me, also topless, to highlight the gender discrepancies, blah blah blah. Anyway, so a bunch of excuses, but finally, last night, I had a pretty monumental dream, and you were actually in it too. Nothing weird there, just, and I thought, okay, maybe this is a subconscious sign that I need to just bunker down and get this video made. So really quickly, I'll just tell you the dream. So there's this Renaissance fair that my friends and I go to. And, I mean, this part's real. There's this Ren fair that my friends and I go to. And you'll see a wide variety of costumes there. It's a fantasy fair, so it's not strictly Renaissance. You'll have, like, fairies and warlocks and, you know, Renaissance, medieval, barbarian, whatever. Our group is supposed to be like mercenaries, so we're kind of pirate-ish, kind of whatever. And this year, it was held in September instead of October, which was a lot hotter. It was 100 something degrees one of the weekends. And the weekend was ruined for everyone because it was so hot. But what really got my goat is that my boyfriend's costume consisted of a kilt, no underwear, and no shirt, and barefoot. He was allowed to get away with that because he's a dude. What? Nipples, whatever. But you put a little fat behind the nipples. Wow, hi, I just woke up. A little bit of fat behind those nipples, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. And I was mad at him. I was mad at the patriarchy. I was mad at everybody, and both I and all my female friends were loudly complaining about how unfair it was that dudes at this family-friendly fantasy fair were allowed to walk around shirtless, but not girls. You show the slightest bit of nipplage if you're a girl, and no, the man will shut you down. And so in my dream, I walked around butt naked at this fair protesting, and even in my dream, my subconscious was like, that would not fly, and so I got tackled by security and escorted off the premises and blah blah blah. But anyway, and later on there were a bunch of YouTubers there, and that's why you were there, and so was Jack of Jack's Films, and I don't know why they were in my dream. They just randomly showed up for some reason. Subconscious, what are you thinking? But anyway, so that was a dream, and I mean, I could go into more detail, but it's irrelevant. And when I woke up, I was reignited with the fury of 1,000 suns just thinking about this. So let me briefly mention, if anyone else is watching this video, what the Naked Truth is. It's a blog show thing that Trisha Hershberger, one of the SourceFed hosts and just an awesome girl all around, does on her her YouTube channel, where she talks about a variety of subjects and very thought-provoking videos, and she does them in the nude because, as she says in her first video, that's part of an exercise in making you be as true to yourself as possible. You know, no makeup, no pretenses as much as possible. It's just, you know, the person making the video and hopefully the listener, the watcher, you know, we're all just on the same page and trying to cut through the bullshit of, you know, pretension and just all that lovely stuff that tends to go on in a medium where you can choose how others see yourself, you know. Like a lot of the big famous people, they very carefully pick their wardrobe, and they pick what they're going to say and how they're going to say it. And, you know, I don't typically put on airs in my videos. What you see is what you get. I'm exactly the same in real life as I am on my videos, but a lot of other people aren't the same, and so it's just it's a nice, fun experiment. Oh, and before I get any comments about like, oh, you're not really naked, yes I am. Deal with it. And anyway, back to the topic of this video, the hypocrisy of female nudity. So, YouTube is an interesting place. I've been here since the beginning. I've had and have many channels with a variety of subjects. I wouldn't always just focus on video games. I've had a lot of vlogs, I've had music vlogs, stuff like that. And one thing that you always notice on YouTube, as well as the internet in general, is that when it's a female making videos, a lot more of the comments and the response are on her appearance. Even good comments, you know, even like especially on my gaming channel, I can't tell you how many like, oh my god, you play games and you're hot. I mean, it's up to your discretion or your choice if I'm hot or not, and what is hot anyway, blah blah, tangent. Comments like that, and you know, obviously the obligatory, you know, you're too skinny, you're too fat, you're too ugly, you're too droopy, you're too this, you're too that, whatever. When you go to a guy's channel, you'll see some, especially if the guy is, you know, really heavy sad or he has a lot of acne or something like that. You'll definitely see comments about that. But if it's just a normal looking dude, you're really not going to see that many comments about what he looks like. You're really not. You might find, you know, that needle in the haystack that talks about it, but with females, it's just, And with attractive females, you see this entirely different, like, ecosphere, I can't think of the word right now, where there'll be all these comments specifically saying like, oh, you know, I want to marry you, you're so hot, blah, blah, blah. So I was watching these cracked videos yesterday, and there was one where they were making fun of druggies, or it was like out in the desert, it was like, oh, dehydration is the new high or whatever. And then the little end cap, they had this new girl, I don't even know her name, this is the first video I've seen she's been in, where she says, okay, everyone on the internet saying that they want to marry me, well, here's my challenge, step up and offer me marriage. And it's just, the thought of that just cracked me up, because it's true. You see that everywhere. Okay, I'm getting super off topic. I'm going to cut all this. Back to the subject of female unity. Blah, 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 blah. YouTube, yeah. And so the comments for females will be a lot harsher. And what's interesting about YouTube in general is that YouTube has some interesting policies. And they actually changed quite a bit, so I'm just guessing off what I remember. But, you know, theoretically, there's not supposed to be any hard swearing. There's not supposed to be any violence. There's, you know, like bloody violence or whatever. There's definitely not supposed to be any nudity or pornographic, you know, acts or whatever. And yet, how many of the people on YouTube who are famous now got there through suggestive thumbnails, through, you know, pretending that it's a sex film, and then it actually turns out it's totally different, back when YouTube would count a view the second a video loaded, and all this other stuff. Like, nudity, especially female nudity, has been exploited since day one of YouTube. So it's really strange that YouTube is like, oh, no nudity, no female parts showing in our videos, when that's kind of what it was founded on. And even beyond YouTube, so I'm sorry, this video is super rambly. I haven't done just a straight up talk video in quite a while, so I'm kind of out of practice. But anyway, as for my attitudes towards nudity, I was raised a nudist. I do not care if people are naked. I don't care if you're hot and naked. I don't care if you're ugly and naked. And again, hot and ugly are subjective. I don't care if you have a warped dick or wonky boobs or whatever. I will not say anything because I do not care. But a lot of other people I've noticed who aren't raised nudists care so much what other people look like, what they look like, making sure those other people know what they think of their appearance, but at the same time not wanting to hear what they think about your appearance. And it's so weird to me that that's what people care about. In this world of, you know, famine and war and terrible, terrible shit happening all the time, everywhere, people find the weirdest shit to be obsessed with. They really do. Like, how many people, if I actually put this video up and I have to go through it very carefully and make sure nothing shows because I don't want to get my video removed from YouTube, even though there's a ton of videos on here that are, you know, full of violence and full of swearing, but they won't get taken down because they have 1 million views. A little bitter. How many of the people that are watching this video right now only clicked on it because they saw a topless girl, and as soon as they realize, oh, she's talking, she has an opinion, oh god, shut up, you ugly cunt, shut up, you ugly, I don't want to hear, I'm gonna go post this to 4chan and we're gonna swat you, and excuse me, I gotta edit that part out. my computer just decided to get a screensaver. How many clicking on this video probably aren't even gonna get this far into the video before they go, she's talking, how boring. If you want porn, go to a porn website. If you don't care, why do we care so much about nudity? Why does society care so much about nudity? Why are there states where it's technically legal for women to walk around topless, but if they ever actually did, they would be arrested, they would be fined, they would be booed, they would be attacked? And, you know, it's interesting that I'm thinking about this in October because, as everyone knows, one of the hot topics of October is the kind of costumes that a lot of girls wear and slut-shaming and, you know, like, oh, she's wearing skimpy outfits, that means she deserves to get raped, which is a whole other topic that I'm not going to get into because I know it's just a minefield of offending as many people as possible. But in regards to the whole nudity thing, it blows my mind that a girl can wear a bathing suit with pasties that big, and that's okay, but the second you actually see nipple, oh my god, the children. Really? Really? Anyway, I guess my end point in this video, which really isn't anything like it was supposed to be, I'm sorry, I'll probably do another attempt at this video someday when I'm not scatterbrained, is that it's really stupid. Oh, I was going to mention that I just recently did a video, the day before, with my boyfriend where we were playing Amnesia. Well, he was playing Amnesia and I was watching him. And it was hot, so he went topless. And you know how many comments on that video were about him being shirtless? Do you know how many comments would be about me being shirtless for the 10 seconds it took YouTube to take the video down if I was topless in that video? Probably all of them. What the fuck? Anyway, so I guess my end point is that it's dumb, and if you're so offended, not you, Trisha, because obviously you're super cool and not offended by toplessness, but if you, whoever else is watching this video, are super offended by toplessness, or it just, you know, really gets you going and, like, you know, makes you go, I don't know where I'm going with this sentence. If it really offends you, think about why it offends you. Maybe try to pry into that. I know it's hard. It's hard to pry into your own conceptions of the world and try to figure out why you feel that way. But pry into that and ask yourself, how does somebody else being topless actually affect you in any way? How does it hurt you? How does it help you? How does it harm you? How does it do anything to you? And the answer is probably not at all. So maybe stop being like that, or at least try. Okay, I hope this video doesn't like go viral in a bad way and end up getting me killed. That would be inconvenient, but I am moving 2 days from now, so it's not like I'll still live here, so good luck, swatters. Wow, I need to stop enraging 4chan. That would be smart. Oh well, bye!